Hi, my name is Rahul, and this is my story. When I came to Australia, I had big dreams. Of course, I wanted to be something. I saw a vision for myself, but all of them came crashing down.
The government putting a stay-at-home order in place to stop the virus spreading even further across Sydney.
More than 1 million people told to stay inside.
And the most gripping one is obviously the staff. We've got to lay staff down again.
After Delta was transmitted in multiple locations and contact tracers couldn't keep up.
During COVID, a lot of international students were losing their jobs. They had no support from their family. The university did not provide any kind of support. We found it very difficult to make ends meet, but the university just was keen on getting their fees. The education system here needs to stop treating international students like cash cows. The government did not help any international student. They provided no financial support or any kind of support to international student. In fact, the then Prime Minister Scott Morrison clearly stated that if international students cannot support themselves, then they should go back.
If they're not in a position to be able to support themselves, then there is the alternative for them to return to their home countries.
I felt like as international students, we mean nothing to the government. 6 months of me being in Australia was very difficult. I didn't have a job, I didn't have a proper place to stay, I didn't even know if I would have a meal this night. I got my first job after 6 months of me arriving here, and I was very excited that I finally found something to support myself. At the convenience store that I was working, when I did 2 months of training, I was not paid for any amount of hours that I did there. It was a terrible experience because I was exploited, I was overworked, I had no money, I was going through a lot of mental health problems, I was stressful, there was anxiety, depression, and especially in a foreign land where you don't know anybody, I felt very lost. So it was a very difficult and challenging time for me. I gave in my 100%, but when I was fired for just asking my wages, I felt very cheated. And I felt like now is the time that I should do something about it. I found out there's something called as a FairWorks, which is an organization that helps people who are exploited at work, and I immediately contacted them. I didn't know how far or how long this fight would take, but I finally won, and it was a sense of self-confidence that I got, and it made me feel that as an international student I have rights too, and nobody can treat me the way they wanted to. There are many reasons why international students get exploited, but the main reasons are, one, they are not aware of their rights, they have to pay their fees, so they'll work for whatever money they get, and they are afraid that if they do approach these authorities, their visa might be cancelled or they might be deported. I had come to the stage where I am not ready to accept any kind of harassment anymore. If I had a chance to help some students out, I would do that. I would also teach them what the procedure is rather than me doing it for them, so that if they know somebody that is in trouble, they can pass on that knowledge to them as well. Just 2 months ago, I helped somebody get money from Safe Work because they burned their leg. There were few people like this on the way. International students here should have easy access to the justice system. They should be taught that what is their rights, who should they approach if they're being exploited. Anybody who's watching this is going through exploitation. I think now is the time where you have to stand up for your rights. International students pay taxes as well, but they don't get any benefits. No job keeper, no job seeker, no Medicare, no healthcare, nothing. International students contribute $40 billion to the Australian economy, and all we ask in return is fair treatment and respect. I hope that nobody goes through what I went through. And if there is a situation like this, there is no need to panic. There's help and support everywhere. All you have to do is just try to reach out. If me standing up for my rights helps one other person stand up for theirs and be less afraid, that will make it all worth it for me. My message to international students would be, please be aware of your rights. Fight for justice. And now, let's change the story.